For some reason, I don't know if Fred is going to make the starting lineup for some reason because I just feel like we need someone a bit more defensive. I think in that position because so that gives Pogba and Bruno sort of the freedom to attack. I don't think Fred can hold a defensive midfield that strongly as compared to maybe Scotty or Matic. So I would go with I'm going with McTominay just because I feel like he's young, he's got the legs for it. He's strong in that position.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the East of Stretford podcast. If this is your first time on the podcast, we talk all things Manchester United. And today I got my two boys with me, Vishnu and Karthik. What up, Vishnu? How you doing?
Good, man. I'm back. I'm back in my hometown. Was stranded for about 2-3 months, but I'm back now, full on attention. Let's go.
Looking like Jack Grealish.
Yeah. Maybe this is like a little, cry for help, trying to get him back into our club.
Karthik, what up, dude? You got a Man United jersey on.
That's right. I came back home and I found my old Man United jersey. So guys, there's two reasons why I love this jersey. All right. First reason is it was an ex-Man United fan who gave me this jersey. And I mean, it was one of those fuckers who became a City fan. Once City started like acquiring money and shit and started winning. So it's really special to me. And second, like I think this logo is very symbolic of our glory days. It's like sort of like fading away, but we're hanging on really desperately. I think that's what it means a lot, bro. It's got strong meaning. So,
Damn, dude. I thought you were just like tilting the camera down because you've been working out again and you're trying to show off those steps, dude.
No, what? That wasn't, no, man. No way. No, what I was trying to do.
Dude.
Stop it, bro. Like,
off of Karthik's biceps and torn up shirt, we're talking about the Premier League coming back, boys. We're back on June 19th and we're playing Mr. Jose Mourinho and Tottenham Hotspurs. So I think this is a huge game and we're fucking excited because finally football is back and it's a big one. We're facing someone who's on the back of us. They're a few points behind us, but they're definitely a contender if they beat us. So I want to start with Mr. Vishnu. Dude, what do you think this game is going to go like? And who do you think from United's perspective, who should we start?
It's been a long break as well. It's been how long has it been? 2 months at least? 2.5 months. People have been slowly. We've gone through the phase 1 contact training, non-contact training, and then we've gone into contact training, and now like everyone's been ready. We played a couple of practice games and stuff already. I think it gives Ole a good perspective to see how the fitness levels of our players are at the moment. Starting, I think we'll go position by position. I think like starting in the back, I think Luke Shaw is probably going to start in left back. We'll have the two center defenders in Maguire and Lindelof, who's been doing really well this year. And Bissaka, the Spider-Man, obviously, he's going to get a good shot at taking down, Spurs this time. This is where it gets a bit tricky because, like, I think in the middle, there's a lot of debate. We've got some great midfielders raring to go. We've got, like, our support three like in terms of Fred, McTominay, and Matic have been fighting for their spots really well. I think Fred will edge out on the other two guys. Fred will hold the center midfield position with Paul Pogba, who I think, honestly, he is one of the most talented players in the Premier League and stuff. So I think he'll get a direct entry into the playing 11. I think Bruno will play a bit more ahead in the front as a more of an AMC position where he's allowed to just shoot on side and take his shots. It will get those like devious passes going. And on the left, Rashford's going to return, which I'm so happy for. Very excited to see him play again. He's in prime form, so yeah, no doubt. Martial taking CF and. a bit tricky. But I think Daniel James is going to retain his spot, even though there have been rumors lately about him being loaned out and stuff like that. But I think Ole's got his priorities right. Till we have not signed someone new and signed maybe I don't even know if it's in the works, if it's in the plans. But James is going to hold that right position. And of course, yeah, David De Gea. So it'll be kind of like a 4-2-3-1 formation. Get my drift. More on the attacking front. We are playing away, so I think we'll be counter-attacking really well. And yeah, I think that's an ideal squad. What do you guys think?
I think Karthik, the main debate is, the center mid and the right winger. Who do you think are going to play those positions?
Yeah, I don't want for some reason I don't know if Fred is going to make the starting lineup for some reason, because I just feel like we need someone a bit more defensive, I think, in that position, because so that gives Pogba and Bruno sort of the freedom to attack. I don't think Fred can hold a defensive midfield that strongly as compared to maybe Scotty or Matic. So I would go with. I'm going with McTominay just because I feel like he's young. He's got the legs for it. He's strong in that position. But I don't know if Fred might necessarily make it in that position. But I see Fred coming on like as a substitute for like Pogba probably in the second half, or maybe even Bruno. But I don't know how that's going to go. But apart from that, right wing, I don't know, man. Like Daniel James, he has been. I mean, he started the last few games. The last few games where we left off, he was starting. But I don't know. See, dude. I've been on the start Greenwood thing for too long, and I just hope that happens. But realistically speaking, I see maybe Ollie's gonna go with some experience and maybe even start Mata for all you know. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna go with Mata in right wing and McTominay in CDM, but I think everyone else I pretty much agree with. I want to see Pogba and Bruno play together for sure.
I think it's locked in every other position, but I think Solskjaer kind of released who he's gonna start based on who he started against West Brom, dude. Like, United played two teams, one more defensively minded, which we actually won, and one more offensively minded. And if you saw in the offensively minded game, Matic and Greenwood started alongside of Pogba, Bruno, Martial, and Rashford. So that leans me toward it's going to be Matic and it's going to be Greenwood. Because in the other game, we started our first defense, which was, Maguire, Luke Shaw, Aaron Bissaka, and Lindelof. So I think Ollie kind of just gave it away there, what we're going to do. So I think it'll be Mason Greenwood and Nemanja Matic. But I would personally start Scott McTominay.
Yeah, I would love that too. But yeah, I don't mind. Like, I don't know if the only reason I didn't go with that lineup is because I just felt like would Ollie like release that, be so obvious about it. But was that the game we won?
We lost that game.
We lost that game, right? Yeah. That's what I remember. That I was like, wait, this is a stronger team. But I don't know, man. But yeah, I mean, having Matic there too is not a bad idea. I mean, if he doesn't perform, then we always have backups on the bench for sure. I mean, we're at a stage now that everyone is back from injury, and I think we have options finally. Like, we can say we have fucking options on the bench. We're not without answers. So yeah, either way, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm just excited to see this shit happen.
I just see like McTominay be a really good sub player. I think him coming on in third half, like the last the last 30 minutes, if he comes in, for someone who's a bit more fatigued, would be really good because he'd provide that great counter-attacking option. I dead on agree with you, Karthik, because I think McTominay would be a better he'd hold the defense line a bit more than maybe Fred. He's a strong lad as well. So I think it'll be good, but I just don't know how the dynamics would work if he starts, because for me, honestly, I think Matic works better in that way if he's playing alongside with Pogba and Bruno. But man, I think just the fact that Fred's been doing so well, and he's not too bad on defense either. Like, you've seen him in the last I think the City game where he won the most number of tackles in the match and stuff like that as well. So I think, Fred could also be a really good. He'd just hold back the line a bit more. He'd be in a position where he won't really. He'll play in a position where we haven't really seen him do a lot. So I think that'll be quite interesting to watch.
I just think that Spurs plays such a long ball kind of game now with Mourinho that you need someone big in there. Fred can't do shit. If there's long ball coming in, it's going to be Kane versus Fred. And, Kane has also got fat as shit. So he's going to win that every day of the week. But I do, it'll be interesting what Ollie goes with, but I do think it'll be either Matic or McTominay. The other big thing is that Mr. Paul Pogba is back after a very, 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 very delayed time off. I don't know what he was doing. He was in Miami. He was in Dubai. He was in France. He was at NBA games. He was everywhere except Old Trafford. So, Karthik, dude, what do you think? What can we expect from this dude coming back?
I mean, I only saw like 2 minutes of a highlight reel for the last game friendly we had against West Brom. But I saw some link-up plays between Bruno and Pogba in that, and Pogba seemed a lot more fitter and a lot more. I think his attitude, whatever I saw, seemed a little bit more positive. But it's too early to say, man. Like I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I feel like this can be a great midfield partnership that can really help us win titles. And I really hope that if this does kick off, that maybe like in a year or two time, we can have a good enough team to like compete for the titles. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I just really hope that Pogba really brings his game, and Ollie has found some sort of a way to play these two players, and because Bruno was playing a lot of long balls in where Pogba was getting at the end of it with his head or whatever. I saw those plays. Also saw a couple where even Bruno was making those runs and Pogba playing the longer balls. It was very interesting. Both of these guys are like, quality passers of the ball. Like, so for sure we're going to see some incredible passes. Like, I don't have any doubt. Like, either Bruno, for me, is going to bring it for sure because he's got a lot to prove. Pogba, we'll just have to wait and see, man. It's been a fucking ride with him. So let's see what happens.
What about you, Jack? What do you think?
Bring me to United.
No, I mostly agree with what Karthik is saying. But I think Pogba will be a bit more, on point right now because I think he's got a lot more to lose than any other player in the United squad. He's gone through, personal things aside with his manager and stuff as well. His injuries couldn't have been great for him to he's a footballer to begin with, so he would hate to be sitting on the sidelines and not playing, So I think he's raring to go. And we saw that little cross from Pogba to Bruno as well. So it looks like they're patching things up. And I think Pogba is a very intelligent footballer. So he knows the situation. He's a very situational player. So he can read how it's going and stuff. So he knows who's playing better, where to hold back, which player to pass through. And him linking up with Bruno would be so exciting to see. I think we've been saying this since Bruno started, since Pogba was returning from injury, that it would be fucking phenomenal to watch these two play. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Like, these two are just going to provide some like magic on the field against this game.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's going to be so interesting to watch fucking Pogba and Bruno go at it. I don't know how they're going to play. I just assume that Pogba is going to have to play a little bit deeper. And I think that'll suit him too, dude. When Pogba sprays these long passes across the field, he's one of the best in the world at that. So I don't know. I think, and having Bruno float up a little bit, I think it'll be good. And I'm very, very excited. But big things happen at Spurs too, dude. They've got their whole squad basically back. Son is back. Harry Kane is back. That's a huge boost for them. Sissoko is back. But Mr. Dele Alli is out because he had some racist Snapchat story about the coronavirus. I think it was a joke, but with all that's going on, I think they want to take a stand. But Vishnu, what do you think, man? Do you think Spurs have the squad to take us on, and how do you think they're going to play?
knowing Mourinho and like how his antics is and how he plays against most teams, and without even the services of Dele Alli because of some remark he made, I think that and the fact that I'm not sure, like I'm not entirely sure that Harry Kane is 100% fit. It is like a long-term injury. He looks like Luke Shaw now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
So I don't know, like if he's still like up for it. Maybe he's just wearing two jumpers because it was cold or something. I don't know. But I think Spurs are just gonna still play the same way that they have always done, and which honestly hasn't really worked for them before the halt of this Premier League. They'll be, I think, like you mentioned, they'll do a lot of long ball play. They're not going to go short passes. Son's going to be one of the main players to look out for. I think he's going to be their main attack. And I think we've got Harry Maguire and Wan-Bissaka and even maybe Lindelof to like counter that. So I don't know, man. I think it should, in theory, it should be, an easy win for us, despite we're playing away. But that doesn't matter anymore because there's no fans in the stadiums and stuff. So every game is almost to be as a neutral venue. And knowing our record against the top six this year and how we've played, and the fact that Bruno's ready to go, Solskjaer's like developed a great philosophy. I don't see any threat from Spurs this game.
Confident. Karthik, what about you, dude? By the way, your background looks like you're in some fucking horror movie or some shit.
It's getting darker, dude. I can't help it. I don't know why I always have a green wall.
I don't know, dude.
For those of you who don't know, I came to my hometown, so but for some reason I thought I could avoid the green wall finally, but it's back, guys. It follows me everywhere I fucking go, apparently. But anyway, to your question, hopefully, yeah. But yeah, dude, I really hope that my only biggest worry is Son. I don't think I'm really worried about anyone else. Kane, like you said, is looking fat as shit. We don't fat shame guys, but he's looking. He doesn't.
I feel like we do.
He doesn't look like an athlete. Yeah,
hey, we do it to our own, so it's okay.
I just feel like the moment you call someone fat and then you say that we don't mean any offense, like it just takes away the offense. But I guess no. I guess it doesn't work. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's honestly, I think the battle between Son and AWB would be very interesting to watch. I think it'd be a really good battle. But yeah, I'm again not too worried, man. Like I just feel like with the kind of game Spurs have been playing with under Mourinho, like it's legit like watching a time capsule of how United used to play earlier, and then we're watching this now again. So
yeah.
And we are significantly better in counterattacking now, and so yeah, I think Spurs needs to be worried. I don't think we have that much to be worried about, at least considering where we left off. Also, I don't want to be too overconfident because we're coming back after a really long time. We need to see how the players are and how fit they are and everything. But even Vishnu brought up a good point about every venue sort of being a neutral venue now because the fans are not there. So yeah, I don't think being home or away right now matters as much. Yeah, I think I'm seeing a win here for sure, and a comfortable one. I think.
What's your score prediction?
Mine, I think I'm gonna go with 2-0 to United.
Who scores?
I'm gonna say, I think that far. I think Rashford is gonna find the back of the net for sure. I think Rashford for me. And I don't know, man. I think Bruno might score a penalty. I think that's what it could be. It could be. I think Bruno's gonna, take one from the spot. Is what I think. I think it's gonna be a 2-0, very comprehensive, comfortable win. I don't think it's gonna be like extravagant, like a 4-0 thrashing. And obviously, it's gonna be a different game now that Spurs has a lot of its players back. Our last game was far easier, I feel, against Spurs because Kane wasn't there, Son wasn't there, So. Yeah, it's going to be a slightly harder game, but I don't see us not winning this for sure.
Vishnu, what's the score prediction?
I think I'm a bit more confident than Karthik, honestly.
Yeah,
me too, actually.
I'm just being humble.
No, like I think I'm relating it to our first game we played against Chelsea as well. Like when we have a new defense set up and stuff, but we still like came out with a convincing 4-0 win. I think we have a lot of confidence riding with us at the moment. So I'm gonna go with 3-0. It's gonna be early goals as well. It's not gonna be any late screamers or anything. And I think Martial's gonna get a goal. I think Martial's gonna open the scoring. And then Rashford's gonna come out with a worldie. And and Bruno taking a penalty. I had that on the cards as well.
I did too for some reason. Like
Yeah.
Bruno and penalty. He missed a penalty against West Brom. He took 2 penalties and scored 1. But I think I'm pretty confident too. I don't want to be overconfident, like Karthik was saying, but for some reason I just am. I think it's 4-0 to us. I think Pogba's gonna score an absolute crazy one to open the scoring from like outside the box, an absolute screamer. And then I think he has so much hate for Mourinho still, and I think so does Martial.
Very, very good point.
I didn't think of that. Yeah, that's true. Fuck.
So does Martial. So does Rashford. And you know what? Luke Shaw scored 2 goals in that 4-4 practice game. So I think that Luke Shaw will actually get on the score sheet, weirdly enough. And then I think it'll be Martial and Rashford to close it up. I'm just not going to say Bruno because I just don't think Bruno has hate for his Portuguese companion, Jose Mourinho. But I think these 4 players have like something they want to show.
But all assisted by Bruno. Bruno has to be a part of all of that. All 4 assists to Bruno. I see that.
Yeah, dude. So
he's involved in everything for sure. If he score, I'm sure he's involved in each one of those goals. Like, there's no way I think he won't do it.
Yeah, dude.
But you said, Karthik, you said that Greenwood might even start. Do you don't think he'll get a goal?
Oh shit! My bad, guys. Okay, so 3-0 from my side. I'll put 3-0 in there too. I see Greenwood just scoring one of his fucking left-footed fucking top corner finish. That'd be beautiful.
That'd be insane.
I'm not even I think even a header from like Maguire is not out of it's quite possible that Maguire could score one as well.
Yeah, I think
we could look at a blowout here, guys. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm hoping for like a fucking 6-0, dude.
It would be a great comeback, for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's probably a good place to end up, boys. So let us know what you guys think the score will be. Do you guys think Tottenham actually has a chance in this game? Do you think they'll actually win? Leave it in the comment section below. If you haven't already, give this video a like. It'll really help us out. And make sure to subscribe to our podcast.
Sir.
We release new football, Man United related podcasts every week. So yeah, make sure to tune in for more. See you guys in the next one.
Hey, peace out, guys.